Mustang! It's too much power!
We've been lowballing people on Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, and Craigslist all day.
It's the right way to do it, boys.
So this is what we found, a 1994 Mustang GT convertible with 181,000 miles, a salvage title, just got into an accident, and it's got the 5.0 and a stick shift. So now we're beating down the price. In Southern California, car prices are sky high, and we got this baby for only 800 bucks.
How do you start this thing?
Well, basically you got these two wires, and you simply just... There we go. It started.
We freaking hotwire this thing. Oh my gosh, look at that shit. I mean, who needs normal anyways?
Okay, let's go.
Okay, so we just broke down and
we're on the freeway. I'm going, and all of a sudden the shifter decides to limp out on me. So
oh dude,
I know. So we have to stay in second gear and get all the way over here.
So we just found this Allen key tool. Apparently this has probably happened before, but it was just one of these bolts came out. So, okay, it's tight now. Let's see. Put it in neutral.
Neutral right here.
Does that feel good? Are we back?
We're back. We're back in business. Let's get home.
Oh, hold on. We gotta put the interior back together.
Okay, let's go.
Why are we doing this to ourselves?
Let's go. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Hold on.
So we got the car back to my house, but we spent the last probably 25 minutes trying to figure out how to get this convertible top to work. It doesn't work at the moment.
What do? We tore apart the whole entire trunk. We found the pump and it was completely disconnected. So we, by tearing out this back seat, we were able to find the pump, get it connected, find the wire. We can't get a good connection on this wire.
It worked. It worked. Keep doing it. Keep doing it.
There we go. Oh. So I think right there it's buckling and it's not wanting to bend properly, so. Oh, I think it just moved. Oh. I'm stoked. Welcome to the shit stang. Dude, first drive with the top down. This is freaking awesome.
It's great. It might be a piece of shit, but mechanically it's still a piece of shit, but it's really fun. We're slapping lipstick on a pig. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
So you look at the car, clearly it's not cherry. Here's some of the problems.
Wheel spacer on one side, no wheel spacer on the other. Dual exhaust, but it's missing a tailpipe. And a random live wire. Broken seats. Very secure radiator mount. That, my friends, is a tape cap. Painted over taillights and a Lego style interior. You got a hot wire to start it.
So this is our Mustang. We're gonna have a lot of fun with it. What are you doing?
Nothing. Okay, today we're installing one of these bad boys right here because right now the top is very hard to put down and we know everything's better topless. So first thing to do is connect some wires. Right? Out with the old, in with the new.
Did you get the switch put back in yet?
Yeah, I'm about to turn it off for the first time. Oh,
wow, he did it.
Oh, yeah.
He actually did it.
Ooh, that does not look straight.
Yeah.
Victory!
So, we're finally doing it. We're finally wrapping the shit stang. The yucky brown color is gonna go away, and we've got a beautiful Barbie pink metallic paint job. So right now we're gonna make sure it's all sanded off so that it'll stick. So the Barbenheimer pink is on the car. Now it's Barbenheimer because it's pink and because it could blow up at any moment. But we're currently putting the rear Fender vinyl wrap on. So we're almost there. So this is our first wrap ever, and the quality is actually really nice. So shout out to Luco for sending that out to us. So the Barbie Sting is looking pretty good. It's almost done. What do you think, Lenny?
Just finally trying to get this bumper out. It should be good. I mean, this thing's really coming together.
So now all we have left is this bumper right here. So I'm gonna measure it and go cut off a piece.
All right, guys, we just got the bumper done. It's looking all right, but we got the new wheels. We're about to bolt them on, and we're finally gonna see what this thing looks like complete. Oh. All right. Dude, look at that.
Wow. Look at that beauty.
Look at that. Doesn't she look gorgeous?
This damn thing off me. What the hell is that?
I mean, Asian chicks have been around forever, though, so.
I think this is it, dude.
No,
There it is.
no way.
Oh my god.
Holy crap, dude.
Oh my god.
Dude, we should put this on before Dominic gets here. He's gonna flip.
Dude, she's looking great.
This is absolutely ridiculous, and I love it. This thing was an $800 piece of shit, and look at it now.
I think we should name her Amy.
I think she needs like a Japanese name. I don't know any Japanese names though.
All right, guys, a few minutes later and I'm done. Overall, I mean, I think I nailed the mark. No, what the fuck is this?
It ripped. This is too
No,
hard.
this is not, we can't use this.
We're gonna have to. It just keeps ripping. I don't know what to tell you.
No, what the fuck is that?
It ripped.
Dominic's arrived.
Am I about to get whacked?
No,
This damn thing off me. What the hell is that?
it's the Mustang.
I'm not talking about the Mustang. Why is there a picture of a Japanese girl half naked on the side of the
It's our new decal.
Oh my god. Are you okay?
I'm crying. Disgusting. It's the disgusting.
I actually like that. Do you have a mullet?
Yeah, I did it last night.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's
I just went.
Jesus Christ. That looks horrible.
It takes like a week to grow into it, so.
This is our friend Aaron. You ready for the big reveal?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Very nice. Very nice.
A little violent.
This is our friend Lindsay, and we're gonna teach her how to drive a stick. So the starter doesn't really work, so we're gonna have to bump start it.
What's that mean?
Just put it into second, and then I'll push, and then you're gonna just dump the clutch, and it'll start the car.
What do you mean dump it?
Just
Just let it out as fast as humanly possible.
Oh, so like push in and then out.
Yeah.
But really hard and really fast.
Okay.
And then go put yourself in second. And we gotta do this every time it stalls.
Hit it.
There we go. Clutch and
Okay.
brake.
Okay.
You use your toes. It's like you're like a ballerina. Not that I know what that's like, but you have to like use your toes.
Okay. So I take
Like-
it off the clutch and then push the gas, or
Yeah.
not? Oh, sorry.
Okay, clutch back in. Oh,
No, that's
I got it. I got it.
Oh, all these bumps.
It's one bumpy road.
Probably seconds all you need to go with this.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a fake cop. Oh my god. I don't have my seatbelt on.
Does this even have a seatbelt?
Yes.
Oh!
What gear? You're in fourth?
I'm in second now.
Until we
That
get
wasn't
above the hill.
bad, right? This is a really pretty view.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
in like the springtime, it's like all green.
Yeah, it's really nice.
The next thing to do is to shift into second.
Right now?
No, not yet.
This is thrilling.
Like a stick on, or did somebody paint it?
No, it's painted on there.
That's pretty cool.
Would you put it on your car?
Nah, I don't really like pink.
Do you like anime?
Not really. I mean, I've never gotten into it, but it didn't become popular till I got older.
I mean, Asian chicks have been around forever, though.
Right,
So
for sure.
That's a good point.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
Sweet.
and it's a convertible.
yeah.
Go, Noah.
And stop.
Clutch and brake.
Yeah, clutch in all the way
Clutch.
and then brake.
Brake and
And then back to first.
first.
And then we gotta
Easy.
start again.
Okay. No.
So
pull this off a little bit, but not all the way. It's gotta be like this.
Okay.
It's gotta be like as one goes out, the other goes in, and vice versa.
Okay. Okay. I'm sweating like a hooker in church. Fuck.
so am I.
How do I turn around?
You just turn the wheel. It's the same way.
Okay. Oh!
It's fine. It's the wheel hitting something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now.
And then go shift. And then
That was freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
There you go.
Honestly, I don't know if I would know how to drive it without bump starting it now. For real.
Oh, here, e-brake down. Okay, second. Okay, key on.
Key on.
Let's see if we can roll down this. You're clutching off the brake? Okay,
Yeah.
just wait long enough and we should be good. First. Okay, let's
Ooh, that was smooth.
That was really fucking smooth.
Fuck yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
No, are you in second?
Yeah.
There we go. Here we go. All right. Wait. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Wait! Ah!
When we bought this beauty right here, it was an $800 pile of junk, and we've completely transformed how it has looked. Well, let me explain. We picked this baby up off a literal crackhead, and it had its fair share of problems.
There we go.
Okay, so we just broke down. The shifter decides to limp out on me.
Dude. But if you've been following our short series, then you know over the last 6 months we have brought it back to life. But now it's time to turn it into a full-blown street legal race car. Yeah. Dude, I just washed it, man.
Believe it or not, the most requested part on this entire build so far has been a steering wheel. Everyone commented about it, and you can't have a race car without a suede steering wheel. So I scoured the internet and found a pink steering wheel because all race cars have to have suede steering wheel. We're gonna plop this right on the car. We bought an adapter. Let's go start pulling shit apart. Hopefully not set off an airbag. That's what Lenny's doing right now.
All right, first thing to do to remove this airbag is to take these screws out on the side. All right, now that that's done, it should just pop right out. Oh my gosh, it wasn't even connected. Well,
Not surprised.
it's also not even there.
Once again, not surprised at all.
Well, I'm not gonna be needing that anyways. All right, now we gotta get this mess off. So it's just an Allen key. Actually, fuck,
No,
it's a star.
It's a star, a fat star.
That could be a problem. Let's go see what we can find. Oh, turns out it was hand loose. Look at that. Safety. There was thread locker on there. Something else is holding it on. Oh, this thing just doesn't want to budge. Oh,
There you go.
dude, this was easy. Perfect. All right, where's that new one?
So now I just very gently pull this thing off. Fuck. Hopefully we don't need these wires. Probably tape them up.
Probably. Well, appears it is stuck. All right, let me take a shot at it. Okay, let's see if we can figure this out. Where are we starting? So it looks like it's binding on the metal. I may want to take a file. Maybe the paint raised is causing this problem. When in doubt, you modify it. All right, we're gonna see if we could make some room.
You have a lot of experience doing that?
Tons. You could see, slowly taking the metal off right here. Okay, that took way longer than I should have. Go thread the old bolt in. All right, that's tight enough. This is where she comes into play. All right, now we're just kind of hoping it's straight. There's only one way this could have gone on. So we gotta get this aligned. Nardy. Okay, last one. Really hope this thing is gonna be straight.
There we go. It's on.
I gotta say, she feels a lot better in her hand. Okay, so what's next?
Start ripping the seats out.
We won't be needing this seat anymore. Take a look, dude. Dude, there's candy, there's a guitar pick.
Weight reduction.
How you doing? Could you imagine? All right, well now I can fit in the car. All right, stay tuned because in the next episode, we'll be stripping this interior and putting race seats in it.
We're continuing our $800 Mustang race car build, and this time we have racing seats. So previously on this series, we rescued this salvaged Mustang GT from a local crackhead. And when I say this car was salvaged, that's a big understatement. It was wrecked multiple times, the frame was bent, the car was flooded, stolen, vandalized.
And on top of everything, you got a hot wire to start it.
It's got its baggage, to say the least. That's why it was the perfect candidate to get totally pimped out by us. And we did exactly that. But now it's time to turn it into a fully fledged race car, and we plan to take it to the racetrack in the following weeks. So we put the steering wheel in, now we gotta put the racing seats in the car. We're gonna strip out the interior. We gotta build custom brackets for it, but overall it's looking pretty good. It's coming together.
All right, first step to this operation is to get this jankety top off. So, okay, we're good. All right, hit it. Okay, all right, go. This thing is practically falling apart. It has a very limited amount of times jammed. All right, gotta support it. Oh, stop. Here, go back up. I gotta get this piece out. Oh, keep going. Oh, okay, stop. Wait, go a hair more, almost out. Okay, stop. Okay, go back down again. There we go. Whew. That was a close one. Okay, so before we tackle this new seat bracket that's gonna have to be completely custom, let's cut up this carpet, you know, race car style. Really get down to the floorboards. Won't be needing this anymore. Ooh. Ugh. Oh, there's a hair tie. Ooh. This is nasty, dude. Alrighty. Out with the old. That looks much better. That sure doesn't look factory. I can tell you that. Someone's put all this insulation in.
We're gonna pull this seat out as well.
Oh. There it is. There's one side, and the second side. All right, well, first things first, before we put the seat in the car, we've got to bolt these rails on. So that way we know where the holes are. So let's do that. All right, well, it's on as good as it's gonna get. Now I gotta put this little lever on to adjust it. Oh. All right, there we go. Pretty straightforward. Chinese chairs, you know how it goes. All right, first thing we're gonna do on these custom seat brackets is I've already measured it out. We'll be welding a piece of plate steel on the fronts, and then we'll drill some holes to match the car. It's a generic seat. It's not gonna fit like a glove, but we're gonna make it. There we go, 14.5 inches, baby. Like that. So we'll do one here, one here, okay? All right, let's drill the holes and make this thing work. Moment of truth. Damn it! All right, sweet, we're done. Let's go bolt this in and test fit it. Let's see. Okay.
In order to weld the plate right here, we gotta get rid of some of this paint, so. So we could have gone out and bought the $400 brackets made for this car, but why waste money when we could just do it ourselves? That's what I'm doing right now. So I'll build this.
And all I'm doing here is spray painting a little bit of paint so that if it's ever exposed to any moisture, it does not start rusting and compromise the welds in the structure. All right, we test fitted the passenger side, works good. So we built the same bracket on the driver's seat, and we're gonna test fit this one. Put it in. Okay. Front 2 bolts in. Put these little spacers here because we're gonna be building a little platform. And now we should be able to test it. So I will do the honors. It's a little snug, but great action on the clutch. I feel pretty good. Noah, you wanna try?
Yeah.
All right, Noah, how do you feel? Feel good?
I feel good.
Feel like a good racing position?
Yeah, I do wish that the steering wheel was a little flatter. Kind of comes out kind of far.
Yeah. Both seats are in, dude. Looks pretty good. So right now, just the fronts are obviously bolted in, and now we got to tackle the rears. Right now, they're just being supported by these little rubber mounts. But we mocked it up. It's half bolted in. I think this is gonna work. Just marking it with a straight edge, and then we could slice and dice this thing. All right, let's do it. Hot potato. Holy shit. Theoretically, I could just put this right here and that should work. All right, this is the perfect length, so we're gonna cut one more so we can finish the driver's seat. Always use a straight edge. There we go, 2 pieces. So let's take the seat out and attach them. All right, I just took the bolts out. So let's weld those babies on. All right, so we took the driver's seat out. Bowl holes work perfectly. And I think we're just gonna weld these on. And then when they're in the car, we're gonna weld it to the floorboard because I don't want this thing ever flying off and I want it to be as sturdy as possible. And I think we can best achieve that by just welding it straight to the car. So let's do it.
Time to weld these pieces in.
Arms are burning.
Look like a penguin. Put a jacket on.
No.
Okay, it's all welded. Let's put her in and then Noah's gonna weld these right to the floorboard. All right, the welding's done. I mean, this seat is completely done now.
Shake it.
Shake it?
Yeah.
Well, I can't go, well, this way, but I can't go this way. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. Let's test her out. Oh, fuck. It works. All right, well, stay tuned because in the next episode, we'll be freshening up this motor so we can take it to the track, put it to the test. Stay tuned.
This is day 3 of us turning our salvage Mustang, $800 Mustang, into a race car. The topic of today's video is making the motor run right. So we got new spark plugs, plug wires, and a lot of little janky things in the engine bay that we got to clean up so this thing is ready for the track. But before we do that, let's focus on the numbers we're gonna put on. We can't put the numbers on until we take off the sticker. This is a day a lot of people are gonna be happy and a lot of people are gonna be sad, but oh no, it's ruining the wrap. Oh, this is not good.
Nice going.
This is gonna take a lot longer than I thought.
Just one more area I'm gonna have to fix.
No.
There you go. It's gonna look weird. Just blank and pink. Bye-bye, whatever your name is.
Okay, I finished my side. What do you have left?
Almost done, just got a little bit more left to do.
Okay.
That'll take me a few minutes. While those stickers off, thought it was a great time to give it a little bath. Thing is filthy. I'm sure that a lot of this water is seeping into the interior.
Yep. Here we go. Time to add our new racing number, and that is 00. I don't think anyone has that. I don't know if you're allowed to have that, but we're doing that anyways.
Is that where we want it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well there we go. There's a starting point. Now we just peel back the paper. Oh shit, that was easy. That was way easier than putting the anime girl on.
There we go. It's officially a race car now. Number 00. Oh, dude, you got air bubbles in it.
It's a race car, dude. Damn, she looks good. Alrighty, now we just gotta do the same to the other side.
Look how curved our wheels are. We're gonna have to get another set of wheels and definitely another set of tires. These tires were off of a Civic
Same thing with the wheels.
Dude, they were a great deal.
They were a great deal, and they work for now.
We needed something just to replace the chromies, and they did the trick.
The chromies were about to explode. One of them wouldn't hold air.
Here we go. Definitely not on perfect, but it is what it is. It's my motto. We should make that a sticker. It is what it is. It's a flipping race car, dude. That's some creases. Tough shit. Race car complete. I'm just kidding. It definitely, it's definitely lonely. Like, it needs some more stickers, which is coming soon. We got a big ass sticker right for the hood. You have to wait and see that one. All right, guys, it's another day. It's a little wet outside, but the sticker's done, and now we're gonna tackle the heart of the car, the engine. So last time we had this car running, we could barely hold an idle. It was running really rough, and we can't have that. So let's start by pulling a few plugs, look at the spark plug wires, and we'll kind of go from there, see what we need. So just taking a look, I mean, there's a lot of jank in this engine bay. We got the tape job, we got the loose radiator.
That's our radiator mount right there, that little zip tie. So things like that, it's just not race car like.
We're gonna have to kind of go, you know, do a once over. A lot of zip ties holding stuff together. All right, we're gonna start with this side over here and pull the first plug. You know, the plug wires, honestly, they look pretty new. We just gotta make sure nothing's been hitting the exhaust and melting it, but here's our first one. Not too bad. Looks like it's pretty good.
So another really janky thing about this car is take a look at this mass airflow sensor. With these little wires sticking out, very well could at any moment just kind of not have the best connection and cause all kinds of problems, which we have like intermittent problems where, you know, on the throttle it just kind of starts to lag and seems as if like it can't measure the right air-fuel ratio. And this is already plugged in through a zip tie, which is, you know, not the best, but it's holding it on. This right here, on the other hand, like there's exposed wire right there. Shouldn't have that. We're gonna solder these connections, make sure they're all good. Whether it makes a difference or not, just for the peace of mind, we gotta get this engine running perfect so that we could take it to the track. That's up on the list as well. Okay, we gotta get these spark plugs out and we're gonna try to replace them. Oh man, it's so tight in here. Fuck, dude. There we go. Doesn't look like the worst in the world. A little oil around the threads.
They look pretty healthy. I mean, they don't look that bad.
They look old. They're not all chewed up or it's not running lean, which is the important part.
Okay, got my... Oh, we're good, we're good.
I'm gonna have to gap this one right here. I'm gonna gap them to around between 35 and 40. Okay, perfect.
Perfect.
This one should be ready.
Putting the new plugs in. Always start by hand threading, but I can't find the fucking threads.
Use your finger and put it in the hole so that you could, you know, see what angle it's at.
There we go. Bada bing, baby. I love the way these look.
They're blacked out. They're murdered out plugs.
Dude, there's sand on our intake manifold. There's literal sand.
Not surprised.
Was he doing donuts at the beach?
Probably.
Fuck, man.
Okay, so we cut the wires and now I'm gonna solder them back together.
Perfect, dude. Yeah, that'll be one more thing that we could cross off the list of jank. Yeah, so while he's doing that, I'm gonna tackle this plate right here because it's just being held on by tape and that's not okay. So either I'm gonna build a bracket or I'm gonna get some set screws, but let's see what we got. All right, well, after looking through a few different options, I think I'm gonna go with these self-tappers. I think this should do a pretty good job of holding that bracket to the frame. It's also a lot simpler than welding, and welding near all that stuff in the engine bay. This is a much better alternative, so let's go do that. All right, first step, get rid of this old tape. Okay. I love self-tappers. Pretty clean. This thing is tight as shit right now. I was finishing up on those wires. Ooh, that one's fully exposed.
I know. So all the connections are good now. They're all safe and secure. And I put extra electrical tape on them just to be safe. We don't want any kind of corrosion. Heat wrapped, soldered, all good. Now we gotta work on the radiator mount because if you look, the radiator's pretty loose.
All right, I'm currently making a bracket to hold the radiator. First thing is I gotta drill a hole, and I'll explain why in a second. All right, follow me, I'll show you. So, if I'm correct, I'm gonna make a zigzag bracket. It's gonna go from the factory radiator mount. It's gonna go up and over to here, and we can screw into this frame. All right, now that the hole's drilled, it's time to go to town. It's like perfectly 90 degrees, dude. Hold on. Close enough. Okay, let's go try it. Well, now you get the idea. That's kind of where we want it, right? Okay, let's go hit it with a hammer one more time. Sorry, neighbors. Got race car building. Yeah, I got to hit with a hammer more, but the idea's there. The question is, with all these modifications, will the hood still close? All right, ready? I'm gonna slam it. All right, she's tight.
First startup.
Go ahead, rip it.
Battery's not strong enough.
Damn. Take two. Hit it. Alright, well, she's running. Sounds not too bad.
Sounds pretty good to me.
Does sound pretty good.
The whole thing's like shaking.
That's fine.
So next up, we have the roll cage on the way. We have new wheels, new tires. It needs tires really badly. We have a livery in the mail, which is almost here. One of those things will be next. We also have to work on the Chevelle because we got the Chevelle running again. Started leaking oil, so that's why the distributor's out. We had to reseal the China wall.
We're really close.
So we're really close on getting this thing back on the road. We have coilovers for this. We got to reinstall the brakes on the T-Bird. The T-Bird runs great. The Jag, we've got a cam. Big cam we're gonna put in it, so it's gonna have a big lope, which is gonna be nice. Stay tuned because we got tons of shit for you. Today's the day we are putting the livery on our $800 Mustang race car. Cool Car Decals sent this out. Same guy who sent us the anime chick that we put on the side of it. Right now, the goal is we are going to be building a race car for virtually nothing. So far, we bought the car for 800 bucks. We threw a wrap on it, some performance mods, a lot of used parts, but so far, budget has been incredibly cheap. We're almost ready to take it to the track and prove that you can build a race car in your garage and actually take it to the track and have some fun. So that's the purpose of this build, but we gotta make it look cool. Now it's already pink, how could it look better? Well, we got these cool Ninja Star looking things. I don't know what they are, but they look cool. We're gonna put them on. We got an absolute shit ton of stickers that we're gonna load up all over the car so that it looks like a full-on NASCAR. There's a lot of things that we have planned. We have Aero wheels that we're about to put on. You'll see that at the end of the video. We may even cut the fenders because we got some meaty tires on the way that we're gonna put on, but enough jibber jabber. Let's just get to the sticker, put it on. So here we go. It's currently mocked up. It looks like absolute crap right now, but trust me, it should look a lot better once we apply it. So we cut them out, tape them. The number's being covered right now, but we're gonna cut out those parts so that you can obviously still see the number. And here we go, this side is done, and it kind of looks like tiger stripes, which is why I like it.
Boom!
Okay, this side's almost done.
This side is going a lot smoother than the last side.
Yeah, that back one was a real bitch to put on, but
yeah. The sticker's cool because you can kind of space it out however you need.
yeah, it's much easier than one big sticker, for sure.
All right, here we go, last piece. Boom.
There we go. So I'm kind of mocking up some of these stickers right now. I'm using tape and just, taping them on real quick just to see how they look. But Lenny's about to put our big logo right in the center of the hood, so.
Do we want it like higher up or
no,
more down
definitely
low?
towards the front, yeah.
We could use like a ruler and tape, but I think eyeballing is fine.
Eyeballing's fine. Don't get any air bubbles in this one.
Try not to. Very tedious process.
Dude, you're fucking it up. What are you doing?
Relax.
Oh, dude, it's fucking crooked.
Hey, man, come on. Time is money. This is a budget race car. I don't have any extra time or money. Let's put this on. We're almost done. Ready? Ready?
Yeah.
Boom! Perfect.
Car is completely loaded up with stickers now. We haven't actually applied them yet. We have them taped on. Normally I don't support putting stickers on when you don't even use the parts, but since this car has been a joke from the beginning and since we're trying to make it look like a NASCAR, I used every single part. Most of these parts are not even on the car.
but it looks cool. So we sticker bombed the crap out of it.
Dude, it looks insane.
Yes, it is going to become a legit race car. We actually are going to take it to the track and hopefully run good times. We have new wheels, which we're about to show you in a second, so stay tuned for that. Let's pull the backings off these stickers and let's slap them on. Coming pretty good.
Oh, dude, these look sick. Really gonna match the General T in the driveway now. I can't wait until we put the new wheels and tires on this thing. It's gonna look ridiculous.
So I may have gone a little overboard with the stickers, but yeah, the entire thing is loaded up. Let's go drive it.
All right, well, let's see if it even starts.
That's a good question.
The new wheels just came in for the Mustang. Huge upgrade. Let's take a look. I think you guys are gonna be excited about this one. I know I am. How wide that thing is. Yep.
Oh, no way. More stickers.
No. No, please, God, no.
This one wants to go like right over here or something.
Tell me that doesn't look awesome.
Just needs a big, fat, meaty tire.
Yeah, so these are 15-inch rims, which means we're gonna need some fat meats on this thing. Be kind of like this. Okay, here we go. The good old starting sequence. Hit it.
Nothing. I don't have any lights on.
Oh, the battery terminal's all weird. Try it again. We desperately need a new battery.
Yeah, the battery's completely toast.
Damn. We definitely need a new battery. It looks like the alternator is having a hard time recharging it. Oh. Well, we just got back from AutoZone. They checked the battery and it's completely fine, 100% charged. So what that means is we have to search for more problems. But we did get this. Some new battery terminals because these look really disgusting and it's time that these get swapped out for some new ones. Oh. But we did have to buy a $150 battery, which I'm stoked about. Okay, so we're gonna take these old nuts off. They're extremely rusty, they're extremely crusty, they're a little dusty. There we go. There's the old, there's the new one. I'm just gonna wipe these off too. Dude, good as new. Now I am gonna check continuity because I wanna make sure this is a good ground, which it is. Perfect. This is just one of those things where it may not make a huge difference, but at least we can cross it off the list. Let's tighten these bad boys up.
That looks so much better compared to what they used to look like.
It really does. So real quick, no one's gonna jump in, turn the key, and see if it starts. If it does, then we're good to go, and if not, we gotta keep looking for another problem. But it does look a lot better. The lights work?
Yeah.
That's good. You're kidding. You're kidding. You're telling me that's all it was?
All it was the fucking terminals, dude.
Hey, well, that's cheap, effective, and look at that. Race car. Race car's running good again. All because of these stupid little battery terminals. All right, well, let's take it out. Let's take it out while it's still light.
Let's do it.
All right, guys, we made it back. Absolute blast, super fun. The Mustang is really coming together. Next up, we got a bunch more race car things to do to it.
Stay tuned. It hits the brake.
Really?
Yeah. these are the wheels that we're gonna put on the Mustang today. So this is our $800 POS Mustang that we picked up, that we've been building, if you followed the short series, for the last like 8 months or so. And it's wheel and tire day, which means we've got these cool NASCAR style Aero wheels. We've got the Hoosier road race tires, and we're gonna put them on the car today. So first things first, we gotta go get these mounted and balanced. So let's go do that, and then we can slap them on the car.
Load these up and get these things fucking mounted. Oh, there you go. Okay, we just got to the tire place and they're mounting right now. Let me show you.
Lenny's got his methods.
Hold on. They're all mounted. They look awesome. There we go. These things are sweet. Okay, let's get them on the Mustang, dude. I'm excited.
So the big old Honda Civic wing was fun while it lasted, but this thing was a joke. We're gonna build a legit spoiler out of like aluminum, and it's time to get rid of this. Batter's up. Damn, that thing broke. The bat broke.
Okay.
What is this thing fucking made out of?
God damn, dude.
It's much more durable than I thought.
Yeah. Right
Go.
finger.
Go.
Oh my gosh. Dude, well don't get into a fight with me, dude. My nasty uppercuts. Oh, that one hurt. Ow. There we go. It put up a good fight in the beginning, but it didn't last a chance against me. We'll just unbolt these.
If anyone's looking for an adult-owned, low mileage, never been tracked before wing, well, this will be going up on Facebook Marketplace later tonight, so. They look badass. And I want to bolt them on, but now we got to send off the old tires in a respectable manner. I think you know what that means.
Dude, that was awesome.
Lenny's jacking up the car.
You can barely get it up. I gotta like hold this up.
Yeah, he's bending the bumper right now. Luckily, we built a custom quick release bumper, so basically, a few clips and this bumper could come right off.
It's race car stuff.
Yep.
This is our 44,000 pound jack stands. These things are meant for like semi trucks. So, like usual, I'm a fucking dumbass and I forgot to break the nuts loose when it was on the ground. So we got the big boy out today.
No problems. Gadoosh. Ow. Oh, those look awesome.
Why is it not going all the way back? It hits the brake.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, so we were going to bolt this onto the car. The problem that we're having is that for whatever reason, the way this rotor's set up, the brake actually comes out farther than where the base of this sits for when the wheel gets mounted. So the problem is that the brake hits this inner part of the rim. Now, I'm not a huge fan of wheel spacers, but that's the only thing that we could possibly do to make this fit. So we're gonna go get some right now.
So luckily there was an off-road shop about 30 minutes away and they had wheel spacers for Jeep Wranglers, which happen to have the same bolt pattern as our Mustang. And pretty much all Mustangs for that. So we just slap this bad boy right on there and we're good to go. So we got some red Loctite. We're gonna make sure that this thing is on, fused, and never comes off ever again. Now we got our little nuts. With this wheel spacer, we can clear this caliper. The bad news is the wheels are gonna stick out like,
Yeah.
it's gonna look a little dumb.
But hey,
If we need to put fender flares, we'll do that, but kind of like we're setting ourselves up for a wide body potentially.
Yeah, possibly. But anything for these things. These things make it worth it. Now what Noah's doing is torquing these things down because you don't want these things flying off on the freeway. That's wheel studs. Good.
We're fine.
Yeah. A little concerned, but okay, we're good.
Fine.
Easy peasy fix. Okay, now that the spacer's on, it's time to put these sick thing on. Oh man, this side rubs.
Still with the spacer?
No, I'm just kidding.
Fucking piece of shit.
Gotcha,
dude.
bitch. This is awesome. I've never seen a Mustang like this with NASCAR tires on it.
That looks great, dude. Look at how far it sticks out.
I like them. Okay, let's do the rears. I'm excited. You know, there's a lot of mods in this car that are really supporting this whole race car build. There we go. We're off the ground.
It's convertible, so
Yeah, it is a convertible.
that.
Which means
But
most
you know what? That's cool. Convertible race cars, I like. They're cool. Like the C2 Corvette race cars. Okay.
You know what
I
we
need,
didn't do? You know what we didn't do? Break the fucking lug nuts. Whatever. This might be the coolest Mustang I've ever seen in my entire life. What do you think?
I love it. NASCAR Mustang.
Holy crap. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, steering wheel won't move.
Dude, yeah, you're completely rubbing right here, dude.
Yeah, the steering wheel won't move like anymore.
Like,
Like
even-
that's all I could do. Like a 90-degree turn.
Yeah, I mean, we're literally like, if I put my finger in there, you're gonna smush my finger.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull back up.
Okay.
So here's the dilemma. These big ass wheels are so fucking big that they rub. Also because they're pushed out so much, they're rubbing up against here. I can only turn the steering wheel like about, you know, a quarter turn. And because of that, you can't drive it. So we're gonna have to break out the tools and start cutting up the fenders. That's why the NASCAR, you know, the classic NASCARs, they have the fenders cut. So we're gonna have to do it. I didn't wanna have to cut, but we gotta cut. So we gotta first get a tool to even cut through this because we have a bunch of shitty Harbor Freight tools and probably gonna go buy some more shitty Harbor Freight tools, but we gotta cut mainly right here so that this fender, I think we're good up here. We can move it, doesn't look too bad, but all right here needs to be cut. And then this also be cut at least maybe like 2 inches because I can't even fit my fingers, my little fingers, can't even fit. Oh fuck, it's stuck. I'm stuck. My hand doesn't even fit in that. So that's a problem. You hit a bump, a tiny little, one of those little reflectors in the road, and you know, this thing comes up and it's gonna just rub. And because the wheel's out so far, it's gonna just direct contact. We don't want that. So take a saw and go, and then, you know, no one's in the car right now. Well, here, Lenny, you get in the car and we'll show the audience.
You know, I'm your average NASCAR sized dude. So if we get in the car, and you'll see real quickly,
Yeah.
you
It's
couldn't even
touching.
fit a credit card.
It's touching.
So needless to say, let's go buy some more Harbor Freight tools and get the job done.
All that's gotta be cut.
Let's go to the store, get the tools, let's get this job done. You know what would make this a lot better?
What?
Some donuts.
How about another joke, Murray? What do you get when you take an angle grinder to an $800 Mustang with wheels too big to fit? I'll tell you what you get. You get what you fucking deserve.
This is our $800 Mustang that we picked up about 8 months ago that we've been building and transforming completely. The goal with this build is to get this thing over 700 horsepower, and if you watched the last video, you know we put these big old fat tires on the car, and well, they rub. You can't even turn the wheel completely. As you can clearly see, they protrude out quite a substantial amount. So the proper way to do this is, I've already rigged this whole thing up with tape. We're gonna start marking, basically cutting the fender out so we get full movement and safely drive this thing around.
So this baby's powered by a Ford 302. It's got a mild build, GT40 heads, all that stuff. 5-speed manual transmission. It makes, you know, just about 300 horsepower, enough to smoke the tires here and there. but I want 700 horsepower. And that means we're gonna have to pull this motor out, completely build it, and slap it back in there until things start blowing up. We have a roll cage coming in the mail right now, but today, we're gonna cut those damn fenders. So let's get to it.
Okay, so I think right here, we can guesstimate, you know, about 1.5 inches of clearance is needed. Now you can always go more, you can always cut more later, but you can't add material, at least not very easily. So I'd rather make 2 passes with cutting than have to try to add more material. So we can always go more. I think 1.5 inches would be enough there.
I think 1.5 inches is more than enough.
And I think 1.5 inches here too would be fine.
I think it's perfect, yeah.
So
Yeah, mark it, let's get to cutting.
I'm putting the dimensions so I can copy to the other side. As far as the top, I think we can start to taper it. We don't need 1.5 inches on the top because there is plenty of clearance. Maybe we go down to like 1/2 inch or 1 inch.
No, I'd do 1 inch. Once you get on flat ground, it gets pretty tight.
Yeah, okay, so that is gonna be 1 inch. And then we just basically gotta connect all these, kind of go down here. There's plenty of room, I think, on this side. We can leave that. Okay, so we'll just kind of finish marking it and just get cutting. Not a whole lot to it. All right, well, Noah so graciously raised the car for us so we can pull the wheel off and really get a better look at what we gotta cut. Okay, so I think we'll be good in the front because there's absolutely no fender liner. But if you wanna come around here, if you wanna take a look at this, look at all this fender liner right here. It's gotta go. It's all gonna be way too much in the way, especially if we're gonna be cutting on this line right here. It's all gotta go. So a lot of this really should just pull out. You see those little push tabs right here? Look at the rubbage right there. Rubbage right there. There's also a little rubbage on the sway bar. Nothing a little wheel spacer can't fix. I think we should just do no fender liner. I mean, who gives a shit? It's gonna get in the way of activities. That is so much better. Here goes nothing. See, I'm not going completely up to the line. I'm kind of getting about 1/8, maybe 1/16 of an inch away from the line, and I'll go use the flappy disc to get that perfect edge, because you really can't cut curved things with straight things. Almost there. There we go, boys. That's a bigger fender if I've seen one. Although this may fit, doesn't look the prettiest. Again, a bunch of straight cuts on a curved line. So I'm gonna take the flappy disc and we're gonna clean this up and make it look a lot better. Overall, I'm actually pretty happy with how it looks. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this is what a flappy disc is. It removes metal like no other. Okay, well, I flappy disked the shit out of this fender, and we'll pull the tape back and we're gonna take a look at it.
Dude, it looks awesome. This side's done. I like it a lot.
Really slims out the car.
It does, it slims out the car because this is now like skinnier. This wheel can now move. We're halfway done, now we gotta do it to the other side. So we've officially made it so this car could turn left, which is pretty much all you need. It's a NASCAR. No, we gotta do the other side too. And then we're gonna have to do the rears because, you know, when my fat ass is in this car, it pretty much touches.
Yeah, when I sit in it, it doesn't, but only when Noah does.
Yeah, so we gotta fix that.
That's all the material we cut off.
All that weight reduction, we're getting extra power, basically.
We'll be at 700 horsepower in no time.
Oh, get that off. Time to cut this fender. This is all marked. It got about 1.5 inches here, inch here, just like the other side.
I can see butt crack. All right, well, there you go. There's the inner fender without the fender cover. There's the big old intake and a piece of duct tape dangling from the frame. See how this one came out. Hopefully, just as good as the other side.
So I'm bolting this up, and then we're gonna start up the car, turn the wheel, see if it scrapes on anything. But I think we're good. I think we've solved the problem with our mighty angle grinder. You ever have a problem in life? Just use an angle grinder.
Boom. There's that side. Looks great, dude. And then here's this side. So we didn't take off an excessive amount. We took off, I think, just the amount we needed. So let's turn the car on, utilize that power steering, turn the wheel, and really truly see if it scrapes at anything. Okay, so Noah has the car running, and basically what happens is when you turn all the way, there's this, stop Noah, you're gonna pop the tire. When he turns it all the way, there's a few pieces of inner Fender metal bracketry. That's essentially causing it not able to turn all the way. Not a big deal at all. We're gonna take the wheels off one more time, snip those few things, and we should be good to go. I'm gonna go ahead and use this cutoff wheel, and basically it's just catching on this right here. So I think if we kind of smooth this line out, we'll have to reattach the bumper probably right around here. This is race car stuff. We're gonna make this thing clear. Probably should be wearing a mask.
Lenny's breathing in the fiberglass.
Yeah, dude. We got a case of the wobbles now. So as you can see right here is where all that stuff was, and then this is the piece. Once I keep bending this back and forth, it'll finally break. And then basically with all that removed, we should be really good here without any issues. So you can see all nice and clear now. I want to put some new screws in this bumper, so I gotta get this bracket over a little. Yeah, that works. Got some screws. I need all of them. All right, here we go. Oh, it flung right at my lip. Okay, this isn't working. Why don't you get out of the car? Okay, we gotta think about another way to do this. What are you laughing at?
Did you see the video? You'll understand. Time for the rear end. The rear end is ready to be demolished.
Okay, I just breathed in a lot of fiberglass in the past few minutes.
So we're cutting the front fenders, and this is all steel right here, but this bumper is all fiberglass. So just tons of fumes were coming off when we were sanding it. And now we could smell colors. How are you doing, Lenny?
Headache? So this is the part of the fender well that we cut out on the other side of the car, and see all these like weirdly bent notches? Basically, that's someone who had this car before us and has already kind of like rolled the fenders, but instead of rolling, they just cut it and hit it with a hammer. So it's been making it very difficult to cut. So thank you to the previous owner. This side we got mostly out. A little bit holding it on though. Oh, look at this, guys, look. So in between the metal layers and the paint, there's this. You know what this is? That, my friends, is Bondo, and a lot of it. Perfect candidate for a race car. Stand back. Well, there you have it. All the wheels are on, all the fenders are cut. Don't think it's gonna rub anymore, but this is the first drive of our NASCAR Mustang. Noah, fire it up. That's normal, we're working on it. There we go. We're good. The little rubber flap right here is rubbing, but I think it's fine.
So we ran into a dilemma. We got a check engine light, which, believe it or not, our entire ownership of this car, we have never had a check engine light. So of course, I had to check the engine. Oil looks good. You know, usually you take a little connector piece, you plug it into the OBD2 sensor, and you get to read what the code is, and it tells you, you know, what's wrong with the engine. Well, this car has an OBD2 port. The problem is it's not connected to anything because it's actually OBD1, and for some God knows why, stupid ass fucking reason, this car got the OBD2 sensor, it's just not connected.
And if you don't believe us, let me show you. So if you come in here, usually OBD2 is down in the footwell. In this car, it's right here. It's no different than the one in my Beamer. Okay? Not connected to anything. This one doesn't do anything. But if we go into the hood, which I don't know why it's under the hood, you can find it right here. That's OBD1, this big hunky clunky plastic connector thing just sitting pretty close to the header.
Dumb, but that's how it is.
So the car's running perfectly fine. It's probably something stupid.
Classic Mustang. Of course, on the way home, I start up the car again. Check engine light, gone, no longer existing. I just checked it, no codes to be found. So I don't even know what to tell you. Like it defies what I know. I'm just gonna diagnose it as fine. Fuck it. So let's go drive it again and see what happens. Okay, Lenny, go get your car and bring it over here. Put them side by side. We died. Died already? There we go, the General T trying to line up with the Mustang. Whereas some of you have called it the Nastang. It's nasty and it's a NASCAR. Or NASCAR inspired. I mean, I don't know of any convertible NASCARs. There we go. Yeah, sure.
I did not like driving on this spongy, moist ground. You know what it's missing?
What?
The Chevelle, right in the middle.
Yep. We got the General T. We've got the Mustang. And then we got Lenny trying to make a TikTok right now.
Well, there you have it, guys. The $800 Mustang, which is now basically a NASCAR build. And our goal with this thing is to get it to nearly 700 horsepower. That's going to take some time, but we want to start with all the precursor mods. So we got a roll cage coming soon. We got a wing coming soon. A ton of custom stuff. We will be taking this thing to the track relatively shortly. Get some official times, really test it, and then we can continue building, because that's what you do. Hey, you know what would make this a lot better?
What?
Some donuts.
I 100% agree. 100% agree, dude.
Okay. Okay, I know just the thing.
Yeah, start that shit up. Let's see some. Maybe I should move the Mustang first. I think he's fine. There's plenty of room right here. I hope he doesn't get trapped in this mud right here, though. There we go. Okay. Where the fuck is he going? Oh, he's gonna do a burnout first. Okay. That's gonna be awesome. Okay. Where the fuck is he going? Is he just leaving? What's going on? There he is. Fucking took him long enough. General T has arrived. Oh no. That's Lenny. That's not the Lenny. That's not the donuts I was talking about.
What do you think I was talking about?
I was talking about doing donuts, not eating donuts.
If you guys want to see some real donuts, stay tuned to the next video. All right, I just got this new device that's gonna let me do remote burnouts in my car, so that way if cops show up, no one's at blame. All right, let's do this. All right, is it working? Today we're gonna be building a drift car for under $3,000.
And it really doesn't get cheaper than that. V8 power, stick shift, all packaged in a cheap Mustang.
I mean, this thing has seen it all. We've done everything from replacing panels, to a wrap, to fixing the engine, to wheels, to cutting the fenders, you name it. But today we're gonna be putting a roll cage in it and starting its journey into becoming a real drift car. Let's get into it. So before we put this roll cage in, you could see there's a ton of this really gooey, sticky, grimy insulation, sound deadening material that someone put in at some point. This is not factory. And the problem is we're gonna be welding a lot in this area and we can't have this, and it's very hard to get out. It's disgusting. Luckily, I have a great idea that I think you're gonna like. So we're gonna be using some dry ice. We're gonna turn that insulation to basically frozen crackers that come up real easily with a screwdriver. But in order to do that, we gotta break it into a million pieces. Don't touch this stuff because it'll burn the shit out of you. That's why I'm using a glove. You know I don't really care about safety a whole lot, but I'm using a glove. All right, we gotta go. Time is of the essence. Ugh. All right, we gotta pour this in here. Pour all over the insulation. Be really careful. Ugh. Okay, so you're gonna wanna make sure all of your surfaces are covered. It's gonna need some time to just sit and crackle. Oh, I touched it with my hand. Oh, you hear it crackling? Listen, 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 it's crackling.
It's popping.
You hear it?
Yep.
All right, now you're trying to let it sit for about, I don't know, like 4 or 5 minutes. Eventually this will all just evaporate because it's just carbon dioxide. So we'll give it like 3 or 4 minutes. We'll pull all this off and then we'll start hitting it with a screwdriver and it should just pry right up. All right, ready? Let's see if it's cold enough. Yep, it worked. So this stuff basically peels off as potato chips, like hard plastic now. So I just gotta sit here for about an hour and a half and probably scrape all of this up. Hear that? It's crunching. Ugh. Okay, so another thing, while we're getting into the nitty gritty here, and I need to clear as much room as possible for this roll cage and for all the welding, and honestly, weight saving. So we're gonna be removing these panels and these seat belts because we don't need this shit anymore. Things that do, this thing sucks, it's already broken.
Look, there's a speaker right there. This car never had a radio. There's a speaker right there.
There we go. Okay, well, after wrestling with it for about 45 minutes, we are done. I mean, it's as good as it's gonna get. There's definitely some surface rust that we are going to ignore and not do anything about. We made sure to be very careful not to get the dry out on these wires because you could lean on it and it would crack in half and that would not be good. Let's get mocking up on this roll cage.
Okay, this is the roll bar that we got for it. And basically we're gonna have 2 struts go like this, crossbar for the harness. One problem though, if you look, you can see that this is much higher than this, which means the convertible top's not gonna clear it. So we're gonna have to cut the bottoms off and lower it. So that's what we're gonna measure right now. We're gonna try to get this top up, and this top is on its last legs right now. So,
all right, we're gonna take this roll cage out, put the top up, and then we'll go and do some measurements. All right, Noah's gonna put this top up, so go ahead. And I'll show you how beat to shit this thing is. Absolutely falling apart. Other way, other way, other way. Right there, okay. So as you'll see, it starts to lean. That's not, here, we gotta pull it, oh shit. Okay, hold on, pause. All right, hold on. As you can see, it is dilapidated, but we're gonna come on this side, and we're gonna push, okay. Here we go.
you gotta come support it from this
All right,
side.
gotta come support from this side now.
One hand's grounding the wire, the other hand's using the button.
Okay, let me set the camera down so you guys can see how much of a operation this is. Okay, go ahead. Keep going. Keep going. A little more. Oh. Okay. As you can see, there is a very limited, finite amount of ups and downs this thing's got left.
Time to measure for the roll bar.
It's a real tight fit in here. So it looks like we can safely clear 2 feet and 11 inches. Oh, 3 feet. 3 feet from this. Okay, let's get to work. Okay, so time to do the roll cage. And the first step is you have these, I'm guessing, 1/8" plate steel thingies, bobbers. They go right in the corner. You get as much welding around the perimeter as possible, and then the roll cage weld onto that. Then you have a flat, nice, good surface for it to bite to. But before we can weld this in, I gotta prep this for Noah. So I already marked it with a Sharpie, and I gotta basically clean this up so that a weld's gonna stick to it. We've upgraded our tools. We got air tools now.
Lenny's basically a NASCAR team all in one right now.
Yeah. Oh. So this is the importance of that dry ice step, and I missed a spot. I'm going to show you why it's super important not to miss a spot. But if you take a look right here, as I was grinding, there's a little bit of that residue, a little bit left, and well, I missed it, and it got sucked into this thing, and it just started spreading it. And now it's a pain in the ass. I mean, there's that black goop. I mean, Noah can't weld on that, so I have to sit here and basically just go through grinder after grinder bit to get all that shit off. Don't mess up the dry ice step. It's super important.
So in order to weld this plate in, basically we had to ground off the entire bottom and then stack a bunch of washers on one side because the ground is not perfectly even. I'm gonna go around and just lay a thick weld all the way around the sides, and I'm not the best welder, so I'm just gonna do it over and over and over again until it's like part of the frame basically. And then, yeah, this is gonna support our lives. So our lives are in my hands. We're just gonna take our time. You know, if you want a good weld or a functional weld, you just gotta take your time, be patient. I'm gonna start doing this, hopefully not create a fire.
Okay, well, Noah does that, and I'm gonna sit back and relax because I can't, both of us can't fit in there. But the next step after that is done, we need to take this big bar, start fitting it in, you know, taking account for the measurements that we took earlier when the top was up. So pretty boring stuff, but the stuff's important for doing loads of dangerous stuff in the car because it makes it a little bit safer. This will also allow us to add a harness. So when we drive this thing, it can finally have a harness in it, make this into a proper drift build on a budget. Sometimes in life, if you don't want to pay top dollar, you got to get your hands dirty, and that's exactly what we're doing right now. Okay, so we have both plates pretty much welded in. We might go back and touch up a little bit later, but I have this loosely placed in here right now. And based off our, based off our measurements from earlier, we need this thing to sit about 36 to 37 inches from right here. So we're gonna cut off about 3.5 to 4 inches off the base of this. And then we should be able to get this thing down far enough for this top to still function and go up.
Just as a reminder, we're not building a cage to any kind of spec for drifting. This is just to have fun in as a practice drift car. Safety is obviously pretty important. That's why we're trying to do the right steps, but this isn't a full encompassing cage that goes around the front. It's just the rear one with the bars back here and then the bars up here.
Yeah, and just for your information, obviously some of you might be like, oh no, you're welding to the floorboard, it's not going to be functional. Here's the thing, is we're tying in two pretty strong frame points right here. And again, this is not built to spec for a racetrack. Let's get this thing cut and we'll put it in the car. Oh shit. Alright, it seems that the power has gone out, so we will be right back. You think I just step on this? No way. Hold on.
Probably really hot.
There we go. Okay. Let's go.
Okay, let's test fit it in the car.
I mean, that sure looks like that might clear.
It is above the seat by a little bit.
I mean, it looks like it's
about pretty level with this.
I say the next step is put that top up, and we'll see if it clears.
Top up, which is a big step because this top is not easy.
Aha! All right, guys. I think we did it first shot here. Look at that, baby. It clears. Dude, look at the look right here. We added a freaking B-pillar, dude. So next step, we can finally, you know, put the top back down. It's a process. Battery died. You know how it goes. Then we can start welding this thing in. I'm excited. There we go, dude. It's really important to be really careful whenever you're welding inside of a vehicle and nothing catches fire. So we obviously have the necessary fire extinguisher on standby. And always have another set of eyes, always looking on the car and underneath the car because things get hot, fuel lines are ran, brake lines are ran, things are flammable. Gotta be careful. All right, so I've done some extremely precise measurements with my squiggly line Sharpie, as you can see, and I think I clocked it at the right angle. So I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna leave a little extra room because I don't know entirely what I'm doing. So let's chop this up and see if it fits. My extremely precise measurements, I could happily say, I think, look at that, dude. Okay.
You think darkness is your friend. I was born in it. Okay. Well, so far, it's a little bit tacked, so that's good enough, right? Now, we're gonna put a big bead right here, and then on the plate too. So this is structurally sound. And we're gonna do it all over again right over here, so.
Okay, so we cut and tacked in the other side. As you can see, Noah is going to be attaching it permanently with some very nice welds. This thing's coming together nicely.
Okay, well, we've got a lot done so far. So pretty much most of it's welded in. Got the crossbar right there so we can mount the harness to it. And then Lenny took some of the scrap and built this perfectly thing. And he notched it using an angle grinder. So it'd be nice to have an actual like notching tool, but we don't have that. But Lenny was creative. He was able to make do with what we got. So basically it's just gonna fit right there, and this little cross will just create a little bit more support.
And most importantly, look freaking cool.
Yeah, it'll look cool, which is the main thing. Obviously, hopefully we don't have to use this. Believe it or not, this is our first roll cage we've ever made, so I'm not like, you know, I mean, it should hold up. We followed all the instructions we've read online, but, you know, it's not a full cage, obviously. Like, ideally, you want something that's bulletproof. You want the cage to go right around here. But this is just so that, you know, for whatever instance, it's safer because it is a convertible. And this is our little drift car. So, you know, there's gonna be a lot of spinning around and doing stuff, and just for safety. It looks cool though, too.
Okay, well, so far the roll cage is pretty much welded in. Now I'm just going around, it's a very tedious process, but I'm gonna go around and clean kind of everything up, and then we'll throw some paint on it, and it will look a hell of a lot better. Now we're kind of far from done from this interior as a whole. We have a lot of things we want to add, gauges, a lot of custom aluminum paneling, but for right now, the structure is here. The roll cage is in and welded. Noah did an awesome job. I guess I got a lot of grinding to do. All right, so the bars are sanded, they're prepped, they're wiped down, as good as this car deserves. So now, a little roll bar and chassis, get this thing nice and right. Okay, so to fast forward a few steps, as you guys can see, the roll cage is in, and it's black, which looks really nice. I'm actually really happy with how this came out. Seats obviously are still in, and now the harnesses, we have done all the work, and the harnesses are secure and tight, and they look great. So pretty cool stuff. So what the next step is, we're gonna get this thing out of the garage and into a place we can go test it out.
Let's do it.
It's time to take the new Drift Mustang and put it to the test. And that's exactly what we're gonna do with the Drift Stang.
Let me get some light over here.
How about we don't show those welds, huh?
I've seen worse on better.
You just gotta let it warm up for a second.
All right, Noah is so graciously gonna show us some proper destruction in this Mustang. This is the drift build that we've been, working towards, and this is something that's gonna, take a lot of time. We did a full roll cage. What?
I'm scared.
Oh, I am too. Hit the home.
Cops, cops, cops.
Hi, sir.
Come on, guys.
How are you?
Good, how are you? Rip it.
I'm gonna rip it right now.
Good fucking going, Noah.
He was on a traffic stop and he heard the screeching.
You heard me failing at trying to do a donut.
He's like, I couldn't hear one full 360. He's like, I had to come over here and talk to him.
He was basically saying, like, usually, like, we'd pull people over for this, but this was just so damn bad. Like we're not gonna make you suffer twice for one night.
We know the embarrassment's enough.
He's like, you know what your friends are gonna do to you.
Yeah.
He's like, is all those donut marks you? And I'm like, I said, I wish.
Really? Did you get his number?
Maybe.
Good fucking job.
Okay, is he still there?
No, he's just rounded the corner.
Okay.
All right, we're good, dude. The drift stang is alive. That was fucking awesome. Dude, you fucking nailed it.
I wish there was more smoke, but whatever.
The drift stang is born, dude.
The car needs a little bit more power, that's for sure.
Yeah, but she gets around.
Yeah, it gets around. It's able to slide. It's able to lose traction, no problem. That's the power of a good old V8. Even though it's a stock 200 horsepower V8, manual transmission. Next thing we got to do is we installed this long throw shifter. Here, show the camera. The long throw shifter.
Like comically large.
Yeah, it makes the shifts like forever. So we need to go back to having a short throw shifter and it'll be a lot better. Yeah, stay tuned because the drift stang is gonna get more upgrades.
The angle kit, the handbrake, and all sorts of fun stuff.
And it's gonna get a whole lot cooler.
Dude, what'd you do to my car stereo?
Weight reduction.
That's gotta be good. Hold on, I might have a fire. Fire, yeah, fire, turn it off. Like there's an actual fire.
On this episode of our $800 NASCAR build, we are going to be adding some aerodynamics. Now on the last episode, if you watched it, we installed this roll cage, which is really nice because it's a whole lot safer now. Now, obviously, this is a convertible, so it can't be that safe, but we are going to figure out what we're gonna do about the wheels and tires. We have slicks that we're gonna try to figure out how to mount on. We gotta do some measurements. But most importantly, we are going to be adding a ducktail spoiler today. And we bought a bunch of aluminum that we're gonna use for ducktail spoiler. We have to cover up the rear, basically make a rear seat delete out of aluminum. We need to do some kind of side skirt because as you can tell, our custom front bumper that we put on is much lower and it kind of looks a little funky right there. So luckily there's a real NASCAR over there, so we can go look at as inspiration. Yeah, a lot of things that have been delayed for a long time we're just gonna hammer out today and then maybe spin the tires a little bit.
Okay, so the first step in today's project is gonna be taking this large ass piece of sheet metal, cutting and trimming and riveting it basically to this rear seat, giving us the rear seat delete like Noah was saying. But this is gonna have to be made up of quite a few different pieces, so we'll start marking and cutting. Here goes nothing. So on to one of the next pieces of metal that we gotta fabricate. Well, I've already trimmed it out, but I needed to bend part of a tab so that way we can rivet it to the car. And I basically made a homemade brake, in a sense, with a hammer, sandwiched between two pieces of wood. This metal right here I'd hit with a hammer, and we bend it just fine. We're not going for perfection here, we're going for function. Okay, let's see how it looks. All right, pretty good, let's see how it fits. That's pretty close enough to rivet it in. So as you can see, everything is riveted in now. These three body panel pieces. We're gonna go back and figure out some patchwork there. But really quickly, I whip this thing up. And this will kind of sit like that with rivets all along there. Now, like I said, this isn't the prettiest way to do this. We're getting it done, and that's the important part.
While Lenny was doing the interior part, I designed this beautiful wing right here, which I'm trying to figure out how we're gonna mount it exactly. It's all about getting the best aerodynamics. Obviously, I'm not a metal fabricator, if you can't tell already, but I'm thinking, this is why I like aluminum, because it bends easily. Something like this.
Oh, we'll figure it out.
Something. That's not the finished product, but I want to show you the work so far. So we finished the inside. We're still working on this. You can't see it. It's top secret. This we got sealed away, so now you can't see how nasty and gross it looks back there. Yeah. It looks so much more race car with all the aluminum, and it's all riveted in. It's in sealed in pretty shut. I like it. We got to do this. You can tell I unplugged everything, so I can just pull this whole thing out.
So I think what would look really good there is basically an aluminum panel with gauges for the track.
Yeah, since these gauges don't really work too well, we're gonna put some gauges there so that we can actually monitor everything the correct way.
So we're going to a 3-piece, that's right. It's gonna be more custom, more jank, and more downforce. Most important thing right there. So I think this one will kind of go adjustable Aero, anyone? So we'll throw this right, see? Throw this rivet in. Alrighty. There we go, so that'll be kind of like that. Not quite at that angle, probably more like that. And then we'll stitch together a middle piece. That doesn't look too bad.
Sometimes 200 horsepower is too much to handle. That's why we need all the downforce we can possibly get. Here we go, guys. The rear seat delete is completely done.
as you can tell, for under $30. Actually, for under $30, we're doing both the wing and the rear seat delete. So this
actually, these are $7.
Oh yeah. These were $7. I'm sorry.
$37.
You want to build your own custom little race car, NASCAR for dirt cheap? This is how you do it.
This is pain you see me drill into this nice trunk.
Yeah, this trunk has a million holes in it anyways.
Wiggle them in there sometimes. Sometimes I like to use the body as a place to just... Now I'm gonna make my...
They're coming after you, Lenny.
Or like, that wing looks so bad. All right, there we go. There's my extremely uneven piece, but you'll never see that it's uneven because skadoosh. Look how badass that looks.
The only problem is there's a huge gap right there that Eric could get through.
So what? I say, let's drill some holes. Let's get this thing done.
Here we go. Got ourselves a new wing.
Dude,
this was a highly requested item by everyone. They said they wanted a ducktail spoiler. Well, now we got one made out of metal. So,
dude, this thing is literally kind of chassis mounted, not really. Body mounted, trunk mounted. That's for damn sure.
okay, let's test out if the wing actually holds traction. What better way to do it than doing some donuts and burnouts?
It was the wing, dude.
Oh yeah, totally.
Hey, your tires are sticky now.
I just gave myself cancer right there.
Dude, were you even holding the brake, or was it all wing?
It was all wing.
All downforce?
No brake, all wing, dude.
No brake.
I saw the chassis twisting.
No line lock, no brake, just all wing right there.
Holy, oh Noah. Hold on, I might have a fire. Fire, yeah, fire, turn it off.
Fire.
Turn it off.
We're on fire.
Go get a...
Like, there's an actual fire.
Like,
Do we have a fire hydrant? Or a fire extinguisher? But fuck.
I think I blew on it and I put it out.
Oh, thank you, Blake. Appreciate it. Oh, we're all good. Spray it, maybe do spray it.
Spray it.
Spray it.
Hold on.
No, spray it. I sprayed it.
Do you have anything to say for yourself?
Good donuts.
Yeah.
I was impressed. I was like, everyone stand back. This guy sucks at donuts. And then he fucking killed it.
That's gotta be good. That's gotta be good for your skin.
Is it hot?
It's an exfoliator.
Wanna know how I have clear skin?
Whose sister's car is that? I'm excited because I like when things get... Oh, we got a microphone. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the cul-de-sac. It's about to go down here. We've got a very pink SN95 Mustang with the pinkest seats on the planet. A little bit odd on the wheel gap there, but we can get to that later. Backspeed boys coming at it hard. Tell you what, what's about to go down? What's happening here?
Okay, so what we're about to do is put some fucking fireworks in the middle of the street and do donuts around it in an explosive car that caught on fire last time.
Sounds like a fucking street takeover, but whatever. We're gonna let it run because it's 4th of July, and here we're celebrating. It's patriotic when we do it here.
Better way to do it than a fucking pink V8 Mustang. Stick shift pink V8 Mustang.
That's right, titty pink stick shift V8 Mustang, SN95 Mustang GT. Is it the 4.6 liter? Yes, it is.
It's a 5 liter.
It is a 5 liter?
Yeah.
You got 4.6 lights on?
You could go check it if you want. It's a good old push rod. It's not the modular 4.6.
I respect that, sir. You ready to dump some clutch?
I am ready. The clutch is already burned up. I can't do any more damage than it already has.
Hell yeah, brother. Let's see you get that thing up to 3rd. Yeah, okay, we'll settle for 2nd. Maybe 1st.
Maybe 1st. Is this thing actually on or is
I have no idea. She looks like she is smoking crack cocaine.
She's gonna have the show of her fucking life then.
That's right, baby. Ready to blow it out. Ooh, this thing's got some sparkle to it. You got that bass boat?
Oh, dude.
Hell yeah, brother. Is that a legit 6-point? Well, there's sheet metal cover and stuff. So I think it's fair game. I don't even have a roll cage or anything I own, so you're far better off than I am.
Pyrotechnics are a go. We'll give you the signal when we're ready.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how illegal is any of this?
I don't know what you're talking about. We're in a closed course.
Private property, that's right. Ladies and gentlemen, closed course, professional driver, professional...
Look at the professional driver over there. Microsoft penis, put that thing away.
Yes.
Knock on wood, this thing is a fucking beast. We drove it to Vegas and back. The only thing was the starter fell out halfway through, but...
Simple fix.
Well, we didn't fix it. We just bump started our way through Vegas and back.
You didn't just bolt it back in?
Dude, you can't. It's wrapped. The header's wrapped around it.
You don't have why don't you fuck this thing up? Let's go. I'm getting bored here. Getting itchy like a good set of crabs. What the fuck is he doing right now? He's gonna blow the goddamn tires off the thing! It's too much power! It's too much power! Make him stop! What's the cut signal? What's the cut signal? Fuck yeah, brother!
We're not on fire, it's just steam. What do we got going on here, Noah?
I hope that came out good.
It was amazing.
Dude,
How do you
blew
feel?
up the car!
We blew up the car. Oh, fuck, look at this. At a certain point, the tires just become completely melted, and it spins so easy.
Holy shit.
I want on the Carfax for it to say firework damage.
Firework damage, guys. You've heard it here first. All from fireworks.
Look at all where'd all the water? That firework blew up the radiator hose? Thank you, America. Good night.
Today we're putting in real NASCAR boom tubes on our garage-built $800 NASCAR. These are boom tubes that we built custom-made in our home garage, closely following the actual NASCAR boom tube spec. Here we go. Now, I don't understand the exact science behind it, but I don't need to know the science. I saw some videos on YouTube. Should be good enough for me. And they make the car sound a whole lot better. And now we're gonna go put it on the home-built NASCAR. Let's go mock them up. Okay, in order to get that glorious NASCAR boom tube sound, we're gonna tap into the rest of our already highly modified exhaust. So we got the long tube headers, which goes to the X-pipe, which is essential for that boom tube sound. You need an X-pipe. So we got that. We already have an exhaust system on it right now, which gives it a pretty decent sound. We're gonna basically chop in there right here, reuse this piece right here, this little clamp piece, so that it's easier to put on and off. And basically it's gonna sit like this, coming right out of here, and then exit, kind of. And we also need to clear the lift point so that we could, still put this car up on a lift. Doesn't need to be back here by the tire. Actually, when you look at a lot of NASCARs, they actually sit a little bit closer to the middle. That way you could burn your leg when you're stepping out of the car. So we're gonna have to do that. We might have to cut into the side panel, a little bit into the pinch weld, so that it'll fit. But hey, it's what this car is all about, chopping it up. So I'm gonna start disattaching this, and then we'll start messing around. Got my big floppy tool right here. Watch me just unbolt it and the exhaust just hits me in the head. These bolts have to be saved onto the big chair. Oh. There we go. Okay.
saving the day. All right. So before we get to building these boom tubes, we gotta address one major problem. Yeah, as you may have seen, we did a massive burnout the other day.
Fuck yeah, brother!
And well, there's a gaping hole in the side of our hose here. So we're gonna do a real quick swap-aroo. It's basically burnout ready again. So super simple, and this car should just be nice.
He's a leaker.
Should just be able to just give it a little tug-aroo. Holy shit. Yeah, this thing completely exploded. We got a new Ford unit right here. This will last about another 3,000 burnouts. Ugh. Okay, well now that hose is nice and on there, we can get back to making the boom tubes. Okay, so now that that's removed, we already mocked it up and I put some Sharpie marks. And basically now I gotta cut a ton of the car out so we can fit this big boom tube. It's gonna be pretty cool.
Welcome to Backseat Boys, where safety is our #1 priority.
Won't be needing that anymore. So, started to make room. I may have to cut some of this body panel off, but for now I gotta get some of this pinch weld off. Yeah, we're gonna have to cut a lot of this car out still. Okay, I guess I'll start cutting more. Oops. I'll have to put that back. There we go.
Quick little change of plans. We actually came out with the genius idea to make this sound even better. So you guys know we have 2 boom tubes. We built 2 for the Jag. And in order to have that real NASCAR sound, you need the headers, you need a high-powered V8, you need an X-pipe, and of course you need the boom tube. Now, a lot of NASCARs go to a Y-pipe and then to one boom tube, just one out the side. So while we're cutting everything, we're thinking, why not just close this up or reroute the pipes so it just goes all to one? So it's kind of like an 8 to 2 to 1 exhaust. So I think it'll make the sound a lot better, and we have to make that decision now before we start cutting up this side too. So I'm gonna say fuck it. Let's just have it all. It's gonna be a little bit more work on our part to have to reroute this, but I think it'll sound a lot better. And if we have it all just going right out the side, it's like an 8 to 1 exhaust, kind of. So should give us a really cool sound, which is, you know, why you click the video. Okay, in order to get this up and mounted, we're just gonna kind of tack it to the car.
We don't have any long jack stands yet.
Yeah,
that would be the better way to do it. And those all protected, I will be getting completely burnt during this process.
We tried already and I just kept burning myself, so.
Okay, so it's been a few minutes. Now, yes, we have a shop, we have lifts, but we don't have the proper tools to get the job done. But that's okay, because I MacGyvered the shit out of this. Basically, I have an aluminum piece built as a bracket, essentially holding this in place for us to mock up the exhaust. So before this falls and completely tears my head open, let's get to cutting. Now I'm really just eyeballing everything here, as you can see. But one of these sides should work.
We've got nightfall. Sunset is in what, an hour, 30 minutes? We're gonna stay up all night until this shit's done. Lenny's doing a lot of cutting, and then I'm gonna have to do a lot of fucking welding.
Hey, this is gonna look far from perfect, but it's gonna be functional, and that's the important part here.
We have this pipe, which we could fit right here. This is off of the twin turbo Chevelle. If you remember, this was the pipe sticking right out of the turbo, basically blocking my field of vision.
It doesn't drive well, but man, it looks good.
And we've got a better use for it now, to make the boom tubes fit. Okay, so new update. We do not have a Y pipe. We tried to build it, lack of tools. We're just gonna say fuck it. We're gonna block this piece off right here. We're already assembling the new pipe, which can go right to there. This is going to get done tonight, because if this gets delayed, the M6 gets delayed, the Jag gets delayed, everything else gets delayed, and we can't have that. This is getting done. We're gonna hear how it sounds. Okay, we kind of have it mocked up. It's all just tacked right now, but we got the pipe going like this, loop-de-doop right here, and then right out the side of the vehicle. It is now dark now, so what we gotta do now is just patch off this side and bolt it, completely weld every single part, and we can bolt it right back up and go for a drive.
Okay, it's not a very clean cut, Noah. When he welds this, he can be very upset, but I can clean it up as much as I can. We don't have any 1/8 inch plate steel, which really would be the best thing for this, or 1/16 of an inch. But we got this really paper thin shit, and I think this will work just fine. So I'm just gonna simply kind of just try to trace this a little bit to give Noah a nice little shape.
So we finished the project. We got the headers going to basically our new little Y pipe, a little bit of an X pipe to a Y pipe, and then boom, straight around here, and then to the boom tube. And obviously we had to create a hanger so that it doesn't bend around, but it's on really sturdy, and you know, we cut out the side of the car so that it fits. So we're pretty much ready to go. So we're gonna drop the car. So we just gotta get it on the ground. We have to load up coolant because we blew up a radiator hose and lost all of our coolant. So we usually run mostly water in this car anyways. It's been pretty hot lately. So we're gonna fill it up with some distilled water, put some coolant in it, and then we will be test driving it.
Open up the radiator cap. This is some premix. We gotta make sure it doesn't leak. Cold start with the new boom tubes. Go ahead.
Minor scrapage. Damn, dude.